Here's that hit by Finnie on Hutson again. And remember, I was looking for three things: roughing, interference, and possible illegal check to the head. So first of all, interference. The puck is bouncing around both players' feet there. It's really difficult to tell who has possession, but they both have recently touched the puck. And you could argue that Hutson is in a positional battle and is fully eligible for contact. Now, I'm going to say contact because how the hit happens could have happened much differently. You see Finnie here is on approach. He's lined up, he's low, and a lot of Hutson's chest is exposed. If Finnie just drives his left shoulder through the chest, there's no problem. But he turns this into north-south contact and goes actually straight into him, driving the center of his body into the center of Hutson's body and creating that potential with the rotation of the right shoulder for head contact. So it was pretty unnecessary the way it happens. You could see here that there's not necessarily anything that Finnie does that targets the head, but the head does take some contact from that right shoulder. And I would call that avoidable because Hutson is in a bad position, but Finnie could have done things still to avoid the head. It doesn't necessarily meet the traditional parameters for a legal check to the head, but I'd be fine with a minor there. As for any other penalty, it kind of comes down to why we have hitting in hockey. If you watch Finnie's approach, he's puck focused, he's down low, his stick is on the ice. He's actually trying to gauge the play and put himself in a position where he can react until right now, where he has completely abandoned the puck and is now focused solely on the body. At a time where arguably possession of the puck for this player is the most in doubt in any point in this situation. And yet he completely turns himself now towards the body and is going straight for it no matter what. Now again, fair enough, I would say Hutson is eligible for contact, but really all this would have been avoided if Finnie had right now at this moment rotated so that his left hip went into Hutson's hip and his left shoulder went into Hutson's chest. This whole turning his body now straight on and driving center to center through Hutson is what creates all the danger and question marks of an otherwise routine play. And in the context of why we have checking in hockey to begin with, this would have made much more sense for the hockey purpose too, because he could have rolled his left hip, pushed off Hutson, and then been eligible to join that play with his puck carrier teammate. He would have been able to spin off this check and go back towards the net. So there's no real hockey purpose to it and no real benefit as a player other than putting your opponent down and getting a big hit in. So ultimately, I would call this 2 minutes for interference.